So, my daughter wants to become vegan, which I have no problem with. But now she's telling me I can't cook bacon in my own home. Yeah, I love bacon. That's not going to happen. But let's start at the beginning because this story's pretty complicated. Dad here, old fart, loves his daughter to pieces, but I'm struggling to see eye to eye with my teenager and wife on this one. We've always been a meat-eating family. We live in the rural Midwest, and bacon for breakfast is pretty much a given. This year, my 14-year-old daughter decided to go vegan, and I jumped onto her support team with enthusiasm. We learned how to substitute ingredients, cook new things, try new stuff, and I adjusted our budget to include more expensive vegan substitutes. None of this has been a problem for me until recently. She saw me cook bacon in a pan, and then I rinsed it out and loaded in the dishwasher. She exploded in anger. Teen years, I'm not too fussed about the anger explosion. I know she doesn't mean it. And said that that was her pan for vegan food. I was completely floored and said, "Kiddo, this here is a family pan. Older than you, so it's not your pan." She asked me to purchase her a pan that she can solely use for vegan food. I did not want her to feel weird about food, so I said sure, and ordered a few colored ones that are only for her. The reason they're colored is so it helps me remember that I'm not to touch them unless I'm cooking vegan. That wasn't good enough. Now apparently the dishwasher is contaminated with animal product and the fridge has bacon grease fingers on it. Because, well, I eat bacon and then touch the fridge. And she asked me and her mom to completely stop eating meat at home. I don't mean I literally touch the fridge with greasy bacon hands because I wash my hands, but it's clearly enough that it upsets my daughter. Frankly, I'm on team, hell no. Her mom is much more amenable and strongly wants me to consider taking our daughter up on the request. My wife's reasoning is that both of our parents live close so we can eat meat products there, and that she doesn't want our daughter to feel uncomfortable in the kitchen. My daughter says she's fine with cheese and butter in the fridge, but it's specifically meat products that make her feel sick. Now, I'm sorry for her, but I feel like she just needs to adapt and live side by side. Because, well, I'm not going to stop eating bacon in my own house. So one of the comments says not the a-hole. In fact, you should get her own brushes too, so she can clean the dishes and don't have to worry about the tainted dishwasher. Guys, if you could drop some advice down below what you would tell your daughter if you were in this position, go ahead and drop those comments and we're going to turn to story number 2. Am I the a-hole for calling my sister's husband useless? Alright, so I'm a 17-year-old female, and my sister's 34, called me saying that her work had an emergency and that she needs to go there ASAP and needed me to watch her kids because, quote, no one else can. I rushed over there just to find her husband locked in his game room playing video games. I asked her why she called me over if he was home, and she said he did not want to, quote, babysit because it was his only day off. Sister left and I started hanging with the kiddos. I was changing the baby's diaper and the other kids wanted a snack. I told them to go ask their dad to make them a snack since the baby had a blowout, and it was going to take me a while to clean him up. Well, their dad sent them back upstairs and told them to ask me again. After cleaning the baby up, I made the kids a snack, and their dad came out to eat and told me not to let the kids interrupt him on his day off. By the way, he works part-time from home, 6 days a week. I kind of snapped at him and told him it was my day off too and that he's a useless freaking father and husband if his wife has to rely on her teenage sister rather than her own darn husband. He started telling me how I was disrespectful and I simply did not understand how parenting works. I told him, well, you clearly don't understand how hard it is either, since he considers parenting his own children babysitting. He ended up kicking me out, and apparently my sister was forced to come home because he told her she needs to figure out since I'm her sister. I feel like, well, I may be the a-hole because now my sister's mad at me. Her husband's mad at me. Heck, my mom's mad at me for causing drama. But my dad thinks it's funny and does agree with me. I definitely did not need to call him names, but I just hate this guy so much. We've argued about things in the past as well, so we already don't have a great relationship. My sister is saying I need to apologize to him, and he's threatening to never let me into the kid's life if I keep disrespecting him. For anyone who asked, no, he does not take care of the kids normally. My sister takes them to daycare during the day, then picks them up on her way home. She's the breadwinner and primary caretaker. Also, I got a few questions in the comments. Does she pay you? Not exactly, but she will randomly take me on expensive shopping sprees and does regularly buy things from my Amazon wish list. I've had no problem with this arrangement. I really love those kiddos and don't have an issue babysitting them. I love them. I also don't blame my mother for being mad at me, just because of the fact that my sister's freaking husband texted her and apparently told her a much different version of what transpired. He told her I was sitting on my phone the whole time, being lazy, and the kids kept begging me for a snack. Also, I did not yell at him in front of the children. It was a private conversation. I might post an update, but nothing's really happened in the past day, so I don't really have much to say. No one's apologized to anyone yet. Alright guys, so I think this dude in this story is a prime example of someone who's toxic and in a bad abusive relationship. I don't understand why he can't watch his own children instead of telling a babysitter to come and having your wife come all the way home from work because you couldn't deal with it. Here's one of the comments. Hold up. Your sister had to leave work because her husband kicked you out, even though he was literally right there. Her husband is utterly useless and she needs a reality check. Me, personally, if I showed up just to find out the husband was there but did not want to babysit his own children, I would have turned right back around. That's not an emergency, that's enabling. Guys, let me know if you agree or disagree with that comment in the comment section below. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please take a second to press the subscribe button, as it deeply helps support the channel with the algorithm and promoting the videos. And if you want to take a second to leave a comment and a like, that helps too. The final story of today that we're going to look at is titled, OP discovered her girlfriend has a secret room in her house and asked for advice. I'm a female, 25 years old, and my girlfriend, who's 30, has a secret room that I found. What do I do now? I've been with my girlfriend for 5 years, and we've been living together for 3. I pay rent, it's her house. Yesterday, I discovered something strange. We wanted to replace the floor, it's scraped and uneven, with new hardwood flooring. And immediately, my girlfriend was acting strange about it. She wanted me out of the house and insisted she'd call someone, even though I knew a good contractor that could help us. It was on the far side of the house in a neglected room, so I never really had a reason to go up in there. My girlfriend had a carpet over everything, and kept it clean regardless. Anyways, she told me we'd have someone come tomorrow, and we went out for a few hours to help her brother with his car. Me, wanting to be helpful, went to clear everything out of the room for the floor person. I removed the carpet, and lo and behold, I see grooves in the floor, along with a fold-out handle. At this point, and a little freaked out, as I knew nothing about this room and wondered if my girlfriend even knew about it, I pulled up the latch, looked to see a ladder. It didn't look very old, but went down at least 10 feet, I'm guessing. On the back of the door was a note written in my girlfriend's handwriting. A note about the last time it was checked, about 3 years ago. So now I know for sure she knew about it. But why didn't she tell me? Why was she so secretive about it? I really want to go down there, but I don't know if I should. She's going to be gone for a couple more hours, so I feel like now is the time. What's up, everyone? Mr. Reddito here. How incredibly creepy to find a room like that in somebody's house. Drop in the comment section down below what you would do if you came across a hidden room in your significant other's house that you had no clue about. There's a complete update for this, guys. I hope you're enjoying your stories so far today. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and here's your update. Hello, I'm alive. Thank you everyone who worried about me and asked if I was okay. I was worried my girlfriend would come home and see me down there, so I covered it up and left without going further down. My girlfriend was tired when she came home, but didn't really say much. I panicked a little, and when she went towards the room, but she thanked me for moving stuff. I don't think she suspects me, but it's hard to tell with her. I texted my mom about the weird room, and she told me not to go down there because I could die or get stuck. I insisted, however, and although she wasn't happy, she promised she'd call the cops if I don't respond to her in 2 hours. After told her I'd be going. She also came to the house after me. You can never be too careful. I waited till my girlfriend was asleep and slipped out of the room. I really wanted to go earlier, but I wanted to be able to have a lot of time. As my mom suggested, I tucked my phone in my phone purse and tied some rope around it, and lowered it down to the bottom, and called it with the home phone in the kitchen. It rang, so I assumed service would work down there. I climbed down, and big surprise! It was a bathroom. As some of you pointed out, it was clean, but not super clean. I did not notice anything suspicious, the toilet flushed fine, and the electricity worked. It seemed maintained. I was curious about the door, however. I thought it may lead to storage, but it led to another room. The room was covered in survival bunker stuff. Medical kits, books, a huge box filled with rations, gallons of water, and a cot. It looked newish. Some of this stuff just seemed heavy, so I don't know how she could have carried it down a ladder. Unless there's another entrance I don't know about. I guess she could have carried it in a backpack, but it would be difficult, considering how much stuff was there. When would she have time? My girlfriend leaves really early in the morning, so I guess that could have gone in around then, but still. There was a small metal door in the wall. I looked inside. The interior was covered in cobwebs. It looked like a crawl space. I decided to avoid going in there for now. Anyways, besides that, there was nothing suspicious. I turned off the lights and went back up. I told my mom I was alive and went to bed. The next day, my girlfriend canceled the flooring because the guy she called said it would be more expensive than expected. I don't even know if that's true. Nothing else has really happened, but it has me thinking. Did my girlfriend hide the room from me because she wanted to survive alone? Should I confront her on it? I've kept all of this a secret, and it's been painful. I want there to be another reason for hiding it, but I can't think of any. I only have one question for you guys about this story. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think the girlfriend uses this room for. Is it an innocent doomsday bunker? Or is there something more sinister going on? Let me know your opinions on that. Thank you so much for tuning in today, guys. I hope you have an amazing day, and remember, it's cool to be kind.